Susan in Brunswick, Georgia. Hey, Susan, what's up?
Hey, Tom. I just wanted to say my piece on social media. I just a year ago got a computer for my house. I do not use email. I do not use Twitter. I do not use Facebook. I don't even know how to use those items. And I refuse to be a part of that whole thing. And the other thing that I wanted to say as well, I manage a little tiny boutique, and I notice the younger generation, when they come up to my counter and they're going to pay for their item, when I'm ringing up the sale in the register, right away they take out their smartphone, they're engaged in whatever they're doing in there, and then when I'm done with the transaction and they sign their credit card, then that's when they get off of their computer. I noticed throughout the whole transaction of my sale, it's almost like they do not make eye contact with you. There's that moment where there's silence, there's no talking, they make no eye contact, and I find that to be quite disturbing because that younger generation does not know how to look at people in the eye and make contact or communicate with the other person while you're in that moments of doing a transaction or whatever.
Or perhaps even more importantly, they don't know how to be unstimulated.
Yes,
it's just
exactly
how to,
right.
Yeah. Susan?
And one quick thing I wanted to say, and I kind of think that's all part of the program, is to get people in the future, this generation, to start thinking like robots and acting like robots.
Well, I don't think, yeah, it's a good point. Susan, thank you for the call. I don't think that there's some, kind of bizarre malicious intent. It's all about making money. Mark Zuckerberg's a billionaire. Whoever owns Twitter is is a bunch of billionaires. And it's like these social media, they have become addictive. Danielle last night, she tweeted, brain. I'm feeling pretty disgusted with people in general. Finger on iPad. Oh, that seems like a perfect time to go check social media. And Shano said, the thing that makes him crazy is when people like unfriend him, but don't tell him why. It's like, why, if you're unhappy with something I've done, tell me about it, say it. But I think to Susan's point, I remember years ago, I mentioned, in fact, I think it was yesterday, the day before, this friend of mine who lives in Tokyo, who's Japanese. We got to know each other when we lived in Atlanta, and he was running a bank down there, and I was running a travel agency down there, or an ad agency, whichever one it was. I think it was the travel agency. And one time, and we used to every week or every couple of weeks, we would get together and we would go to places that he just didn't feel comfortable as a single Japanese man. He wasn't single. I mean, he has a family and everything, but just, alone walking into it. Like he wanted to go to a country western bar. He wanted to go into a gay bar. He wanted to see different pieces of America. What does it look like? What is America really like? What is it that the tourists don't see? And so we had some adventures. And one time we were just sitting, and like a minute went by and nobody said anything. And he made the comment to me. He said, in Japan, if two people sit together in quiet, just being present with each other, that's a sign of a deep friendship. Whereas in the United States, it seems that people are always afraid of silence. So, which, apropos of what Susan just said.
To watch more clips from our programs, hit the Watch More Videos button over here. And please be sure to hit the handy-dandy subscribe button so you'll always be up to date. Tag, you're it.